So Vani Hari, who blogs as the Food Babe, became a food activist because she wanted Americans to be treated the same way as citizens in other countries by American companies. Our government is letting U.S. food companies get away with serving. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oop. Did I mess it up? All right. So I'm not even going to press the show more. But I want y'all to see this video because these are the things that we talk about. When we talk about disease in this country, when we talk about last show that we've been convinced to buy shea butter scented lotion rather than to go get shea butter. We've been convinced to eat all these processed foods rather than the real food. This is what we're talking about. And this is why we have a lot of the diseases. And this is why we have not only the body diseases, but the mind diseases that we have. It's just as far as how we look at food. Just as how we look at things across the board. We all want these microwavable things rather than to just go through the longer process, the better process, the healthier process. We want everything fast. And this mindset has led to us excusing a lot of the things that we allow the USDA or US Food Administration, or whatever it is, the US Food and Drug Administration to approve us to eat and having these ingredients in our country when they're not the same in other countries for the same restaurants. She's going to, let me just look at the video.
In the US version.
Hold on, my bad. Let's look at it.
Our government is letting US food companies get away with serving American citizens harmful ingredients that are banned or heavily regulated in other countries. Even worse, American food companies are selling the same exact products overseas without these chemicals, but choose to continue serving us the most toxic version here. It's un-American. Let me give you some examples of McDonald's French fries. In the US, there's 11 ingredients. In the UK, there's 3, and salt is optional.
Did y'all just hear what she said? The same company, the same exact company, McDonald's, their fries in the UK have 3 ingredients and salt is optional. In the US, there's 11. Did y'all hear what she just said?
Let me give you some examples of McDonald's French fries. In the US, there's 11 ingredients. In the UK, there's 3, and salt is optional.
This is why I love RFK Jr. And if we have time, we're going to show a video of RFK Jr. after this. But this is why I love RFK Jr. Because he's the one that's calling out a lot of these huge companies. Because when you call out the USDA, the US Food and Drug Administration, when you call out the companies, you're calling out the Black Rocks, because the Black Rocks are the one that put money into big pharma. The Black Rock are the people that, because they own the big pharmaceutical companies, those are the people that benefit from us eating these 11 ingredients that are going to make us sicker compared to the 3 ingredients with salt being optional in the UK.
An ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane is an ingredient preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, in the US version. This is used as a foaming agent so they don't have to replace the oil that often, making McDonald's more money here in the United States. But they don't do that across the pond. This is Skittles. Notice the long list of ingredient differences. 10 artificial dyes in the US version and titanium dioxide. This ingredient is banned in Europe because it can cause DNA damage. Artificial dyes are made from petroleum, and products containing these dyes require a warning label in Europe that states it may cause adverse effects on activity and detention in children. And they have been linked to cancer and disruptions in the immune system. This on the screen back here is Gatorade. In the US, they use red 40 and caramel color. In Germany, they don't. They use carrot and sweet potatoes to color their Gatorade. General Mills is definitely playing some tricks on us. They launched a new version of Trix just recently in Australia. It has no dyes. They even advertise that, when the US version still does. This is why I became a food activist. My name is Vani Hari, and I only want one thing. I want Americans to be treated the same way as citizens in other countries by our own American companies. In the last 60 years, almost all food additives were being created for one sole purpose: to improve the bottom line of the food industry and not improve our health. These chemicals were created to mimic real food, to make it easier and cheaper for food manufacturers to preserve their food, to make it last longer on the shelf, to help manufacturing, and sinister of all, to allow them to create products that are more addictive in nature.
So you said that you heard her say that they're mimicking. That's what they do. That's what the pharmaceutical companies do. They study how the plants heal us. They study how the herbs heal us. They study how the minerals heal us. And then they create fake products, pharmaceutical, man-made lab products, GMO, you can call them. They create these products to sell to you while not even acknowledging, or us having no acknowledgement or understanding, that they are just using their ingredients that they came up with is just a representation of nature. It's just them trying to mimic nature. So when what happened in 2020, you didn't hear doctors saying like, hey, go get some vitamin C. For a lot of people who may be vitamin D deficient, go get some vitamin D. Take some sea moss. Here are some herbs that you can take to help your immune system fight off different viruses and bacteria. Nobody said any of these things. It was stay in the house, be scared, but don't worry. We got something that we could put in your arm that's going to clear up all this stuff. And now we're starting to see the negative side effects that thing that we put in our arm can cause to a lot of us.
I ended up quitting my lifelong career as a corporate management consultant to investigate and write about food full time. During my investigations, I found an alarming discovery.
And you know what's sad? She clearly is dedicated to the work. She's clearly dedicated to the work. And when I talk about censorship, this is why I get so mad when nobody talks about Mark Zuckerberg calling out Biden and Kamala. Where it's like, you guys, this is the type of video that if she was talking about in 2020, and if she was calling out maybe some of the other groups, if she was more on the RFK energy, just addressing some of those are the things that would be censored. This is the type of information that would be censored. I wouldn't be surprised if this is eventually censored. Because they don't want us healthy. They want us dependent on them. They don't want us successful. They want us dependent on them. Dependency is going to be the thing that allows them to keep their power. Anything other than that, they're scared of.
We use over 10,000 food additives here in the United States, and in Europe, there's only 400 approved. We were able to get Subway to remove azodicarbonamide from their bread in the United States after another successful petition. And as a bonus, there was a ripple effect, and almost every bread manufacturer in America followed suit. I want to make an important point here. Ordinary people who rallied for safer food, shared this information, and signed petitions were able to make these changes.
Hold on. This is a very important point that she's going to bring up. Please listen to this, because I know a lot of times we feel that we don't have the power to make certain changes, or we can't change. This is the power of social media now. This is where they can't get away with the things that they used to get away with when there were only 3 or 4 news stations that we relied on to receive all our information. Listen to what she's getting ready to say.
I want to make an important point here. Ordinary people who rallied for safer food, shared this information, and signed petitions were able to make these changes. We did this on our own. But isn't this something that the people in Washington, our elected politicians, should be doing? We deserve the same safer ingredients other countries get. We cannot allow our own American companies to treat us this way anymore.
We can't allow the American companies. And she brought up a great point before that. Why are common folk bringing this to the table? Why do we have to press the government so that they can put pressure on some of the other organizations that are going to determine the policies on what ingredients are allowed in our foods? Why are they not proactive on it? Why do they not care as much as RFK Jr. about it? Why don't they address these things? How can you claim that you're the greatest country in the world and that you care about the people that are living in your country? God bless America and God bless America, all that other stuff. but you're allowing us to be poisoned by these large companies. And then you have to ask the question, why? And what I always go to is what Queez always suggests: follow the money. So when we had Anthony Fauci up here talking about, oh yeah, you should take the jab and you should do all this other stuff. Well, RFK Jr. exposed how he may have benefited from that. And I'm trying to be careful because that's one of the videos that's talking about that is how I got one of the videos taken off. But I don't know why. I'm not saying anything that's not like a fact. But I don't know. Maybe that's why. I guess I just answered my own question because it is a fact.
We've had enough. It's unethical and it needs to stop.
We've had enough. It's unethical and it's need to stop. That's the energy that I'm on. All right. So next, I wanted to play. All right. So we should be right here. It should be a similar video. We're probably going to finish off with this last RFK video. So RFK Jr., he got some get back. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.